আজকে আমরা চ্যাপ্টার 5 ইন্টারনেট অফ থিংস পঞ্চম চ্যাপ্টার দেখব। ইন্ট্রোডাকশন, ওয়েলকাম। এভরিথিং নিডস টু বি সিকিউর। টাইপ অফ ডাটা। টাইপ অফ ডাটার সম্পর্কে আজকে আমরা দেখব। PII and informational.
Types of data. Has data really changed? Well, technically no. Data generated by computers and digital devices is still groups of ones and zeros. That has not changed. What has changed is the quantity, volume, variety, and immediacy of the generated data. Historically, companies would have access to our information gathered from forms, spreadsheets, applications, credit card purchases, and other types of files. Much of the information was stored and analyzed at a later date. Sensitive data was still collected, stored, and analyzed, but, historically, hackers were more interested in hacking into systems to obtain corporate or government secrets. Today, gathered data is taking on new characteristics. The digitized world has opened the floodgates for data gathering. IoT sensor-enabled devices are collecting more and more data of a personal nature. Wearable fitness trackers, home monitoring systems, security cameras, and debit card transactions are all collecting personal data as well as business and environmental data. Data is often combined from different sources and users may be unaware of this. Combining fitness monitoring data with house monitoring data could produce data points to help map the movements or location of a homeowner. This changing type of data collection and aggregation can be used for good purposes to help the environment. It also increases the possibility of invasion of our privacy, identity theft, and corporate espionage. Personally identifiable information, PII, or sensitive personal information, SPI, is any data relating to a living individual that can be used on its own or with other information to identify, contact, or locate a specific individual. The data gathered by companies and government institutions can also contain sensitive information concerning corporate secrets, new product patents, or national security. Because we are gathering and storing exponential quantities of both sensitive and informational data, it has increased the need for extra security to protect this information from natural disasters, hackers, and misuse.
So PII means personally identifiable information. Social security number, email address, bank account numbers, student tuition bill, credit rating, debit card number, fingerprints, birth date, username, home address, Facebook, and photograph, and information গুলোর মধ্যে রেন and below number of cars, straw, and intersection, hospital emergency use per state, average plane capacity, house, thermometer reading, census data, immigration values, next train time per station, lab type of data. So অবশ্যই আমরা জানি টাইপ অফ ডাটা দুই ধরনের, ইনফরমেশনাল অ্যান্ড PII. Who owns our data? আমাদের ডাটা কে চায়? অবশ্যই হ্যাকার্স আমাদের ডাটাগুলো গেইন করতে চায়। দ্য গুড গাইস, bad guys corporation, government, hacking. Okay.
Who wants our data? The good guys. Legitimate companies have an agreement in place that gives them permission to use the collected data about you for purposes of improving their business. Remember those terms and conditions, or terms of service and agreements, documents that we say yes to but do not usually read. The next time that you are presented with one, take the time to read through it. The contents might surprise you. Other legitimate users of our data would be companies that use sensors on their own devices or vehicles, governments that have environmental sensors, and cities who have installed sensors on trains, buses or traffic lights also have a right to the data they generate. Some hackers, called white hat hackers, are paid by legitimate companies and governments to test the security of a device or system. Their goal is not to steal or modify data but to help to protect it. The bad guys, other hackers, called black hat hackers, want access to collected data for many nefarious reasons: to sell the information to a third party, to modify the data or disable functionality on a device, to disrupt or to damage the image of a legitimate company, to access devices, web pages, and data to create political unrest or to make a political statement, to access user IDs and passwords to steal identities, to access data to commit a crime, to hack into systems to prove that they can do it.
Security in the digitized world. So এগুলো আমাদের পড়া হয়ে গেছে। So protecting the corporation world. Security best practices.
Security best practices. Securing the network involves all of the protocols, technologies, devices, tools, and techniques that secure data and mitigate threats. Network security is largely driven by the effort to stay one step ahead of ill-intentioned hackers. Just as medical doctors attempt to prevent new illnesses while treating existing problems, network security professionals attempt to prevent potential attacks while minimizing the effects of real-time attacks. Networks are routinely under attack. It is common to read in the news about yet another network that has been compromised. Security policies, procedures, and standards must be followed in the design of all aspects of the entire network. This should include the cables, data in transit, stored data, networking devices, and end devices. Some security best practices are listed in the figure. Select each one for more information.
Perform risk assessment. So, knowing the value of what you are protecting will help in justifying security expenditures. Create a security policy. Create a policy that clearly outlines company rules, job duties, and expectations. Physical security measures. Restricted access to network, assist in networking, host and server locations, install appropriate fire suppression system. Human resource security measures. Employees should be properly reassured with background check. Perform and test backup. Perform regular backup and test data recovery from backups. Maintains security patch and update. Regularly update server, client and network device operating system and programs. Employee access control. Configure user rules and privilege level as well as strong user authentication. Regularly test included response. employ an incident response team and test emergency response scenarios, implement a network monitoring analyst and management tools, choose a security monitoring solution that integrate with our technologies, implement network security device, use next generation routers, firewalls and other security appliances, implementation and comprehensive endpoint security solution, use enterprise level anti-malware and antivirus software, implement an indicate user, implement and comprehensive endpoint security solution, use enterprise level anti-malware and antivirus. So educate user and employees in secure procedures, encrypted data, encrypt all sensitive company data including email. Physical security, data center physical security. Fences and gates provide perimeter security and keep the intruder out. Continuous video surveillance provides real-time security monitoring. Electronic motion detector provide inside security detection. Security breach alarms generated in the facility control center inform data center personnel of unauthorized physical access to the facility. Security traps inside system to look in a intruder, also called a man trap. Gas-based fire suppression system to protect people and equipment in a case there is a fire. Redundant HVAC controlled environment that protect people and equipment in case the primary HVAC system gets down. UPS backup generators to protect people and equipment during a power failure. Seismically based server rack to protect people and equipment in case there is a earthquake. One premise security officers monitor and enforce security policies.
Physical security. Today's data centers store vast quantities of sensitive, business-critical information. Therefore, physical security is an operational priority. Physical security not only protects access to the premises, but also protects people and equipment. For example, fire alarms, sprinklers, seismically braced server racks, and redundant heating. Ventilation and air conditioning, HVAC, and UPS systems are in place to protect people and equipment. Figure 1 shows a representation of a data center. Select each circle for more information. Physical security within the data center can be divided into two areas, outside and inside. Outside perimeter security. This can include on-premise security offices, fences, gates. Continuous video surveillance, and security breach alarms. Inside perimeter security. This can include continuous video surveillance, electronic motion detectors, security traps, and biometric access and exit sensors. Security traps provide access to the data halls where data center data is stored. As shown in Figure 2, security traps are similar to an airlock. A person must first enter the security trap using their badge ID proximity card. After the person is inside the security trap, facial recognition, fingerprints, or other biometric verifications are used to open the second door. The user must repeat the process to exit the data hall. Figure 3 displays the biometric requirements at the Cisco Allen Data Center in Allen, Texas.
Factors that impact network security in the Internet of Things.
Challenges of securing IoT devices. IoT devices are developed with the necessary network connectivity capabilities but often do not implement strong network security. Network security is a critical factor when deploying IoT devices. Methods must be taken to ensure the authenticity, integrity, and security of the data, the path from the sensor to the collector, and the connectivity to the device. Click the plus signs to learn more about the factors that impact network security in the IoT.
Securing personal data and device. So, how to help protect your personal data? Leave your laptop, smartphone unlocked and do USB device pen drive, SSID, broadcast your SSID, leave your network unsecure. Leave your wireless router and default setting. Function. Do you know your cloud data is going? Post personal. Facebook. Use the same password. Share your friend password. Understand and combine data. Use a strong password. Do post information in people house. Backup data quickly. Password down. So আমরা চেক করতে পারি সো আলটিমেটলি কিভাবে আমাদের কোনটা প্রয়োজন কোনটা না প্রয়োজন এটা সো এসএসআইডির ক্ষেত্রে অবশ্যই আমাদের ব্রডকাস্ট ইউর এসএস নেটওয়ার্ক এসএসআইডি যখন দিতে যাবে তবে অবশ্যই আমাদেরকে পাসওয়ার্ড দিয়ে করতে হবে যেগুলো আছে এইভাবে আমাদের পড়াশোনাটা স্টাডি করতে হবে দেন আমরা তখন অ্যান্সার করলে 100 পাবো বুঝছি অবশ্যই ভালোভাবে স্টাডি করতে হবে তো এইভাবে 100 পাওয়া যাবে পরের স্টেপে আমাদের drag the password the current strong password or weak password so password এগুলো নরমাল পাসওয়ার্ড কখনোই ইউজ করা যাবে না সানশাইনে করা যাবে না সো আমাদের স্ট্রং গুলো আর নরমাল গুলো যেটা উইক সেগুলো এখানে দেখাচ্ছে যে অবশ্যই স্ট্রং পাসওয়ার্ড গুলো password দেন 1 2 এটা নরমাল পাসওয়ার্ড কখনোই দেওয়া যাবে না, নরমাল পাসওয়ার্ড কখনোই দেওয়া যাবে না, ABCDGF ওগুলো কখনোই দেওয়া যাবে না, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 কখনোই দেওয়া যাবে না। এগুলো হলো স্পেশাল ক্যারেক্টার নাম্বার, এগুলো ইউজ করতে হবে, স্পেশালগুলো ইউজ করতে হবে। সো অবশ্যই স্ট্রং পাসওয়ার্ডের ক্ষেত্রে যেগুলো কমন পার্সোনাল ইনফরমেশন দেওয়া যায় আপার এবং লোয়ার কেস দিতে হবে, কমন ইউজার দেওয়া যাবে না, এবং সিরিজ নাম্বার লেটার দেওয়া যাবে না, 8 ক্যারেক্টার দিতে হবে মিনিমাম, এবং ইনক্লুড নাম্বার অ্যান্ড লেটার ডিকশনারি ওয়ান দেওয়া যাবে না, এবং ইনক্লুড স্পেশাল ক্যারেক্টার। আমরা চেক করি 75%। সো আমাদের আরও যদি করি যে আমাদের কী হচ্ছে কমন পাসওয়ার্ড তো দেবে না, যে সিরিজ নাম্বার অ্যান্ড লেটার, ইনক্লুড নাম্বার অ্যান্ড লেটার, এবং 100% হয়ে যাবে। সো স্মার্ট হোম ইউজার, অবশ্যই স্মার্ট হোম ইউজারের ক্ষেত্রে যেটা ইউজ করতে হবে এটা আমরা একটু
Smart home technology has become very popular, and its popularity is increasing every year as the technology evolves. Who doesn't find it appealing to turn your home thermostat up or down while you are at work, or to have your refrigerator order groceries to be delivered when you get home? How cool is it to check on the dog or to verify that your teenagers are doing their homework after school by activating your home security cameras? As we install more and more smart sensors into our homes, we do increase the potential for security issues. Often the sensors are connected to the same network as our home or small business devices, so that a breach of one device can radiate outwards to affect all connected devices. The sensors could also provide a way for hackers to get into our home network and gain access to any PCs and data that are connected to it. Even virtual assistants such as Apple Siri, Amazon Echo, or Google Home can be security risks. People use these devices to turn on music, adjust room temperatures, order products online, and get directions for where they are going. Can this cause any harm? It is possible that personal information such as passwords or credit card information could be leaked. Fortunately, many of the security flaws of the early smart technology sensors have already been discovered. Developers are working to correct the flaws and improve security measures to protect their systems from attack. Before purchasing home security systems, it is very important to research the developer and the security and encryption protocols that are in place for its products.